Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. I'm here with my buddy Jack Murray. Jack, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And we're having a blast over here.
We are. This is terrific.
We hung out together. We didn't chase any women.
Not yet.
Okay. And then
Well, don't let
All
the
right.
wife see this though.
So, but we did chase a lot of cars, and we're going to show you Jack's great car. What do you have today with us?
I've got a 1967 Gerhardt built in Fresno, California. It was built with one of the dual overhead cam Ford Indy engines that Ford built in 1964 so they could beat the Offenhauser.
And it looks like a bullet.
It looks like a bullet.
Let me grab the cameras as we usually do. So Jack, stand right next to me. Come on over here and tell me how good looking is that bullet coming at you. It looks like a turbine engine.
Absolutely gorgeous with that Ralston Purina paint job.
There you go. And why does it have that Ralston Purina?
Walter Weir, that bought the car and was going to campaign it, he was from St. Louis, and he was confident that he could get Ralston Purina to sponsor the car. So confident they went ahead and painted the color on it.
Well,
Unfortunately, they never came through. But the better story
tell me that
is after Walter Weir went to Watkins Glen in 1966 for the Formula One race, he saw a driver there named Lorenzo Bandini, one of the Ferrari drivers, and was so impressed with his driving ability that he decided then and there that he was going to try to get him to drive in the 1967 Indianapolis 500. He flew over to Italy sometime later on TWA, flew into Rome, made his way down to Modena, met with Enzo and offered him $5,000 to get his driver, and they turned him down.
Is that right?
So he offered another $5,000 and they accepted. His ace in the hole was, though, Firestone had already told him if 10 grand couldn't get it done, there was another 10 grand on the table that he could offer him.
Is that right?
He bought the driver for $10,000. Unfortunately, on May 7th of 1967, Lorenzo Bandini crashed at the Monte Carlo Formula One race.
That's terrible.
And died from his injuries 3 days later on May 10th.
Oh, jeez.
So he had to scramble for another driver and ended up with Al Miller, who qualified the car on the last row. The car, on the 70th lap, was in the 16th position, and then he had a mechanical 4 laps later with a engine oil cooler, and that ended the race for Al Miller. The car came back in 1968 and failed to qualify because it couldn't get up to speed. The car sat for a year or two and came back. After Walter Weir died in 1969, the car was purchased by another family in St. Louis. It came back as the Hillinger number 30 St. Louis Special, and it failed to qualify after the driver, Bill Puterbaum, tapped the wall in the last practice session and any chance of him qualifying the car. The car sat for years. Chuck Haynes from Can-Am Cars Limited found the car, had it for a while, sold it to a couple Canadians who restored it in the mid-90s, and they sold the car to a gentleman named Mike Canepa in the year 2000. Mike's plan was to race the car in vintage races. He never got around to that and decided to sell the car, and I bought the car from him last year after he made that decision.
Great history. Stand right here, Jack, next to your beautiful car. Jack, are you having some fun here at Indy?
I'm having a ball, and I'd like to share this experience with everybody.
You got it.
You've got to come to Indy at least once for the 500 and take in all the festivities.
Hey, Jack, thanks for being on My Car Story.
You're welcome. Thank you.